Hi everyone, it's Amina Jaman, as you might have guessed. I'm an art director of International Filmmaker Festival of New York, IFFNY. This is a Jubilee edition, 10th edition of IFFNY, and I am super excited to talk to brilliant filmmakers. Today, I have a few awesome guests. First is Emanuele Gerosa. Hi Leda, hi. Thanks to everyone for watching, for joining. I'm so excited to see you here at my IG Live. So, as I said, Emanuele Gerosa, director of One More Jump, will join us in a few seconds or minutes. We also have Merita Cocoli. Hi, Emanuele. Yes, just as I said, a few seconds, and he's here. We have Daniel Oron, and we also have Kjersti Wetterstad. What a beautiful name. Okay, let me invite Emanuele and talk to him. Documentary, One More Jump. Okay, Emanuele, are you here? Do you hear me at all? Emanuele is joining us from Italy.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi, Amina. Hi.
how have you been?
How are you?
Good, long time no see.
Yeah, really long time, long time. And luckily we have this technology so that we can communicate from far away.
Yeah.
Otherwise it would have been even longer.
Yes, God bless Instagram, you know. So, Emanuele, tell us about your incredible feature documentary, One More Jump. I know that you made this film a couple of years ago, and it won so many awards at different film festivals in Italy, in Russia, everywhere. And now it's a US premiere of the movie at International Filmmaker Festival of New York, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So tell me, how long did it take to organize shooting of your film?
So, by the way, first of all, thanks a lot for inviting me to this conversation. I'm very
How
glad
could I
about
not?
it.
It's my work. No, I
That's great.
really wanted to
But
talk to you.
then it's a great job. It's a great job. So going to the point to your question, let's say that the whole process of the whole film lasted more or less 4 years, and it was very long, especially in the beginning, because having to plan everything, like all the shooting from Italy, to be, let's say, all to plan all the filming in Gaza was very difficult because anyway, enter in the Gaza Strip with the equipment to film is not so easy. I must say that I have been very lucky by one hand, and by another hand, I think I behaved in a good strategic way, because I from the very beginning I tried to contact the chief of an Italian NGO that is responsible of all the cooperation in the Gaza Strip, and let's say that she allowed us to have the visa to enter in the Gaza Strip as member of the NGOs. So in
Oh.
this way, it was not so difficult to step in, because at the end we were going to make a project for the NGO. That it was not so different from what we were going to do, because it was a film. It was not a film for the NGO, but the purpose, like we didn't have any political purpose. So in the end, it was quite, let's say, easier than what I thought, but still, let's say I started the project in 2015 and we went to Gaza for the first time at the end of 2016. So it took 1 year anyway to organize everything.
I see. And I wanted to know, do you keep in touch with the lead character of your documentary, Abdallah?
Yeah. I'm in touch with Abdallah. Let's say maybe not daily, but almost, because nowadays he's living in the same town, in the same city where I live.
Wow.
And yeah, because at the end of the film, me and my mother as well, we try to help him out, and we try to help him, to try to improve his life. So we helped him like to move here, to have more access to instruction, to a job, and so on. And at the same time, I'm not daily, but weekly, I would say, in touch with Jehad, the other protagonist of the film, because he's still living in Gaza. And so we talk very often, and especially in the last 10 days, 2 weeks, we are speaking very, very often, because I'm very concerned about the situation over there, and so I try to keep in touch with him. First of all, because I want to know how is the situation, how is he doing in like below the bombing, you know, and by another. And the other reason is because I want to know all the time if he needs something, if I can do something to help him out.
Yeah, that's so nice of you. And so you talk to both Abdallah and Jihad. What I want to know is, do they talk to each other?
Yeah, so after the film, you know, because they both watched the film, even Abdallah watched it in Italy and Jihad watched it in Gaza, because obviously right after finishing the film, I sent them a link to watch the film, because before many other people, because I wanted to have their opinion. For me, it was very important. You know, it was very important to know that I had been truthful to them.
Of course.
And so at the end of the film, when they both watch the film, I think that they recognize what the other lived through, and then they could understand better their conflict. But and then they started talking again, and nowadays they talk, but at the same time, I mean, I can see that they don't talk so often. I mean, probably I talk more often with both of them than not than not them among themselves. But I would say that I think it's due more to the circumstances. The fact that anyway, Jihad is still trapped in Gaza, and Abdallah is struggling to build up his life here in Italy.
I see. So tell me, where did you premiere this film first?
So the film was premiered the first time in Italy at the Rome Film Festival at the end in October 2019. And then it was going to be premiered, let's say, a few months later in Europe and then all over the world. But COVID stopped everything. I mean, not only for my film, but I think it put a stop to, let's say, to the project of millions of people around the world. Not only millions, even more. I mean, and then the film stopped for several months, and we premiered, and then we started again in May 2020 to distribute the film around the world and show it in several festivals around the world.
That's incredible. So we have people from Italy watching us. Leida Temiz, can you say a few words in Italian, especially for her? She's asking about it.
To him, to who?
To her, Leida.
Ah, Leida, Leida, grazie mille di seguire questa intervista. Io sono molto felice di essere qua, e ovviamente fa sempre piacere che ci siano delle persone dello stesso paese che seguono
Oh,
queste
that's
cose.
so beautiful. No matter what you said, it's so beautiful. It sounded awesome, you know. So she lives in Rimini. So
You know, when I speak in Italian, I do my best to take care of the accent.
oh, I see. So that everyone gets it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think Italian is like Greek, you know, no matter what you say, it sounds beautiful and seductive, you know?
Thanks a lot. He's like, you know, he's very musical, they say.
Yes, so that's why, I mean, there is bel canto and Italian operas. Come on, I mean, the most
Yeah,
beautiful language to sing opera, you know, in.
that's true.
Yes. So, are you excited about this festival, International Filmmaker Festival of New York, to be part of
A
this
lot.
festival with the film?
A lot. I was really looking forward to this event, and like to this dialogue as well, this conversation as well, but especially for the festival, because it's the first time that the film is screened in US.
Hmm.
And I mean, and New York is also, let's say, quite an important city in US. I mean, it's
Come on, it's the
I
capital of
no, no, but
independent
no,
cinema.
exactly, no, exactly. I'm joking. I mean that, you know, I would say that it's the dream of any filmmaker to have his festival, his film
Mm.
screened in a festival in New York. So I'm very, very happy. And obviously, I'm when I received the email with the selection of the film, obviously I was really honored, and and that's it, no? And obviously it's something that made me very excited since I knew the news.
Yes, and I mean, it's so great, and we are honored to have your film at IFFNY and to host an American US premiere of the film at IFFNY. It's always a pleasure, especially, this is a film made by such a brilliant director, a true
Thanks a lot.
international filmmaker, Italian filmmaker who made a film about Palestinian athletes. It's incredible, As I told you, before, I think it's just as William Shakespeare, who wrote about
Wow.
Montecchi and Capuletti, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
Italian,
yeah, yeah.
Italian story about the, Italian families, right? So Romeo and Juliet. So you understand the problems of any culture, and you can make a film and tell a story about any conflict. And I mean, it will be absolutely incredible. It will touch people's hearts. So I think it's a special gift.
Well, thanks a lot. Really, you really make me, let's say, you like your words are really making me flattering me, let's say. And I hope, let's say, I hope that really to be able to go on telling stories all
Mhm.
over, like all over the world, obviously. And at the same time, I must say that to do, like, to try to tell a story of a different country, different culture, different language is always very challenging, and therefore is also very interesting, because by one hand you are a complete stranger to that place, and then and that is that makes very difficult to try to step into that reality. But then at the same time, I think that being not being part of that reality makes you more pure, trying
Yes.
to analyze that reality, to get to go deeper and try to tell a story about that situation. And that, I think, is, if you I think that if you try to really put your passion and work hard, but with with your heart wide open, then
Hmm.
I think you can really succeed in getting to the core of certain situation, where maybe sometimes the same people that experience that reality every day in their life, they cannot.
Yes, and you see the situation as it is, you're objective because you're from another country. You come, you
Exactly,
feel it, you see
exactly,
with your very
exactly,
own eyes what's happening, so
exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
And we have Ola
Ah, Ola, I
Cocoli,
know
right?
very well,
He's a
Ola.
director adapting human rights issues. Yes, I mean, and he also helps his characters in real life. Isn't that incredible? That's amazing. I mean, you have enough material to make a second documentary, what happened like
I
5 years
could.
later, right?
Yeah, I could. No, and
I
you know, I mean, you know what I mean. Also, that I think that I mean, beside the fact that I have done this film, and obviously I love this film, and I think I think it's a very important story. But beside this, I'm really happy that the film is screened precisely in these days and precisely in New York,
mm-hmm.
because of what is happening in the last week in the Gaza Strip and in Palestine and Israel in general. No, I think that the situation is really, really dramatic. And you know, I even if even if One More Jump, my film is not a political film, but I think it really it opens a window for people that has never been there, to the situation, the reality that Palestinian people and especially people from the Gaza Strip live every day. So I'm very happy that the film, let's say, is shown, and I hope it will be watched by as more people as possible, because as I said, I think it's a really important topic, and especially in these days, unluckily, it has become again a very a main important topic.
Yeah, and a topical film, and we pray for world peace, and your film is truly humanistic. It's beautiful, and I mean, I loved it, and I wanted to know about your win at Trento Film
Yeah,
Festival, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, so Trento is, let's say, is my hometown, because I don't live in Trento. I live in another city nearby, but Trento is the capital city of the region. So let's say that by one hand, I mean, I always expect that my film goes to the, not win, I mean, but goes,
Mhm.
is selected into the festival,
Of
but
course
you
not.
never know.
I mean,
No,
nobody, come on, nobody appreciates their talents, in their
no,
own.
no, no, that's true. No, but you know what I mean. I always, by one
International
hand,
film.
I expect the film to be shown there. But by another hand, it's always fantastic when you screen the film in your hometown, because is all your friends and people who knows you, they come to watch the film, and it's let's say that it's really overwhelming, the feeling that you receive from the passion, or that you receive from the other people. So
Yeah, like
it's
warm
always great.
acceptance, right?
And we
Warm audience.
exactly,
You
exactly.
feel the support.
Exactly. And and then winning the festival, it's fantastic, because I always thought this I always think this thing, like nowadays there's many festivals, but there's a lot of filmmakers, there's a lot of amazing documentaries and beautiful stories and amazing documentaries. So it's already a gift, it's already an award to be selected in a film festival. When you win an award at the film festival, then is really fantastic, because it's very difficult,
Of course.
and
But
it gives you back like a lot of energy, the energy you spent during the years that it took to make the film.
yes, and I mean, it inspires you to work more and make more films. It's
Absolutely.
an incredible feeling. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is to find your audience, to find people that are interested in the topic of your film, to find new fans, of your talent. And
Yeah,
at international film festivals, you can find your audience, and it can be wider than you even expect.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely, because especially because there are many times there are beautiful documentaries that you can only watch in a film festival. Even if
Yes.
nowadays, thanks to the platform, to several platforms all around the world, we can maybe you can discover like a beautiful film, and you can find out a film that you were looking for and you were trying to watch maybe for ages, but still the film festivals are the place where you can really swim into beautiful stories and incredible films. And then obviously, as a director, as a filmmaker, it's fantastic when you when you reach an audience that otherwise would have never known about this film.
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, your film One More Jump won at Religion Today Film Festival, right?
No, is no, because like the award that was given at the Trento Film Festival is, let's say, is an award that several director of different smaller film festival give as well. Let's say they vote as well. So Religion Film Festival was uh,
One one of the
one of the votes.
Oh, I see. So anyway, you won, So I
Yeah.
mean, come on, don't be shy, That's not
No,
your
no,
thing.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
I see. So, Emanuele, before you go, I want to ask, what are you working on at the moment?
At the moment, I mean, I feel lucky because even during this last month of lockdown, let's say, or semi-lockdown in Italy, I have been lucky because I succeeded to start researching about new projects. And a couple of months ago, I went to Rome to start to make some research shooting over a new project. I want my new film. Let's say that I would like to make my new film in Italy, not so far away, like not so far away as it was One More Jump in Gaza,
Mm-hmm.
because I would, let's say that even if any film is a titanic effort, but still I said, okay, let's try to make it in my own country. So maybe I will be able to, let's say, to
Finish
make,
it, you know?
yeah, to finish
So
it maybe earlier, no? And I cannot say much because it's still in the very early stages. But let's just say that the film is focusing on a family that is working as undertakers. Is it true? Is it right, the word in English? Like,
yeah.
is a family that is working as undertaker since generations, and they have a very, very peculiar approach to the death, because obviously they have a very respectful approach, but at the same time, they have a very funny approach. They have this
Mhm.
attitude of trying to joke over the death
Mhm.
until we are alive, obviously. And this,
Mhm.
I really, it intrigues me a lot, this kind of attitude, because I can see that there is a powerful ode to life.
Mhm.
And therefore I want to, I mean, I still don't know if it will become a film, because I'm still researching, but I'm very intrigued by this team, and hopefully it will become my next film.
I see, I see. So, and I can't wait to watch this film when it's done and laugh at death with you, your characters, and Luigi Pirandello, who also
Exactly,
said by
exactly,
laughing at death, you know? So,
exactly.
Emanuele, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for joining us. Good luck at the festival, IFFNY, and at other film festivals. And I can't wait to see you live, hopefully
Yeah,
soon.
me too, me too, me too. Thanks a lot, Amina. It has been a pleasure. And thanks again to the International Filmmaker Festival of New York. I'm really, I cannot really find the right word to express my joy of having my film there. And yes, I'm looking forward to meet in reality again as well. Let's hope it will happen very soon.
Yes. Okay.
All the
Bye.
best with the festival. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. And I'm very happy to see you even online.
Me too, me
So
too, me too, me
next
too.
guest is Daniel Oren. So he will join us in a minute. Oh, hi. Hi, Daniel.
Hello.
How
How
should
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, it's an honor to have you here
Oh,
at
please.
IFFNY IG Live. So, tell me about your excitement. Are you excited? You know, I have no doubt, but describe your emotions right now.
I mean, I'm thrilled. I spent a few years in New York, both as a kid when my dad did a sabbatical at Cornell,
Hmm.
and I also spent a while there when I was studying special effects when I was a younger human being. I've lived and worked in New York on and off many times, and I have a very, very, very soft spot for New York City. My One of my first short films premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival, which was just like
Wow.
coming, and still have a lot of friends and um, close colleagues in New York as well.
Oh, is that Robert De Niro?
Yeah, no,
Oh no, it's
not
Tribeca.
no.
Come on,
Had
tell
lunch with
us
them, but that's
the
it.
truth. Okay, Daniel, tell us about your incredible documentary, No Roses on a Sailor's Grave.
Well, thank you. Well, I It's not my
What's
film. It's a film that many people made. But the story is about a young archaeologist and historian named John Henry Phillips, who is at the time, I think 25, quite young at the time, who has a very unusual friendship with a veteran of D-Day named Patrick Thomas, a lovely, lovely man, and who I hope is watching this right now, Patrick, somehow. And through the course of their relationship at an event for D-Day, John makes a promise to find a missing ship that is sunk by an acoustic mine during the days after D-Day in World War II, and then also to build a memorial to the ship and to those that passed on that ship. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really incredible. And how did you learn about this story?
Well, John was when he was tracking. We have a amazing development team headed by Robin Webster, who they're always reaching out and looking for new, fascinating stories around the world for television projects. And in this particular case, they found John Henry Phillips, and we were just sort of talking on and off throughout, the course of a few months about different ideas, general projects. And then one day, Robin told me that John had made this incredible commitment. I didn't know anything about it. I don't think John was planning it. I think it kind of just came out. And so we got on the phone, talked about it, and then we decided that we would film an initial portion of it just as a sort of a teaser for potentially pitching it to television networks as either a series or as a mini series, or as part of a larger picture of story from filming the initial, I think it was a couple of weeks. So the beginning of the film, I was just really inspired and really excited, and the company convinced itself to do it solo, to make the film as a movie.
So I want to know if the Royal Navy veteran Patrick Thomas saw the film, and what did he say? What was his reaction, when he saw the result?
Well, I watched the film for the very first time with Patrick alone. I watched it Zoom, because we finished the film right before COVID lockdown, and because of his age, and his he's still healthy and he's still kicking. I wanted to make sure that we were loyal to his story and that he felt good about it, and so I set up a screening with him and one of his family. And Paul, and I kind of watched him watch it live by himself.
Wow.
Him and Paul, and I was cringing the whole time, thinking, "Oh my goodness, what might he think?" And Patrick, well, the short answer is that he was very pleased and very excited, and he continues to promote it on Facebook and other places. But I think more importantly, with that generation, and especially with people like Patrick who've been through those type of events in their lives, they present it in a way that is much less dramatic than what we attain to it, and it's or attached to it. Sorry, and it's always kind of amusing because you'll say, "Oh, it's great. I just didn't think anyone would care," and you're like, "Your ship was mined by the Germans. You went under in the middle of the night. You were pulled to safety. Your shipmates went to the bottom of the sea. Then you completed your mission, went on and got retrained in submarines, and went on to fight in the Pacific. This is not just Monday, But to them,
it's not
to a lot of that
ordinary
generation, everyone was part of it, and they don't see. It took a long time for Patrick to understand that what he went through was very special, and I'm glad that people like John Henry Phillips and others, and we're part of that as well, and other projects. Try and tell these stories, because that generation is swiftly vanishing, and it's important that their stories are preserved for history, and also so that we don't repeat these histories.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as I said earlier, we pray for world peace, and nobody wins in war, and innocent people suffer, and so you organize an online VIP screening for your lead character, right?
Well, throughout the making of the film, there was always this sense of urgency, because it took us 3 years to complete this film. I always joke with people that if you're making a documentary with your own assets, and some of others that were very gracious to donate. Do it about the former jazz player who's a homeless man at the end of the street. Not about a ship at the bottom of the ocean in a different country. That's just a slightly different reach financially and logistically. But I think the whole time we were just so propelled by the fact that Patrick, with his advancing age and just wanting to, okay, first let's just get Patrick on camera. Let's just get Patrick on camera. Then it was like, okay, we got him on camera. Let's get him on the road for some of this movie, which we did. Okay, well, let's get Patrick to the dive. Okay, let's get Patrick to the memorial a year later. And now it's like, let's get Patrick to a screening. And, hopefully Patrick will outlive me. But I think it's one of those, I think that was just so urgent for me that he would see this film and that he would be comfortable and happy with it.
Yeah, and satisfied, by the result.
Totally.
Yeah, so the film tells about a unique bond between Patrick and John Henry Phillips. So they became friends, right? And what's happening right now? I mean, are you friends with Patrick as well? Can you call yourself a friend today?
I mean, I'm not I don't have as close a bond with Patrick as John did. Although I worked with Patrick for 3 years and we talk a lot. We exchange Facebook messages. I email him and his family once in a while. I know John and Patrick speak once in a while as well. It definitely is a true relationship. I mean, there's no, I don't think they talk every day, but they've been on BBC shows together. They've done events together. It is a true, I think that was one of the challenges of this film, was that this is also real life. This wasn't just, okay, here's this great veteran with this great story nobody's heard of. Let's try and capitalize, make this film. It was in many ways emotional for everyone, especially for people like John and Patrick, because, well, for Patrick, it was his real history, and for John, it was a real relationship. And that was something that was really important.
I see. So I want to ask you, where are you at the moment? The background is so beautiful,
I'm at my wife's parents' house in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm in my in-laws' backyard, so I'm very fortunate. My family is very fortunate to have this.
Are you in Canada at the moment?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much water, around everything in Canada. It's just so beautiful. The nature is absolutely incredible. I was in Vancouver and in Toronto, and Niagara Falls. I mean, I love it. The nature is really, really awesome.
You'll have to make the East Coast one day to see what Nova Scotia is like, because she's stunning.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, I'd love to if they open the borders.
They will at some point.
I see. And tell me, what are you working on at the moment? Is there a specific project? Your next film, next documentary?
Well,
Is it
because Go Button made this film, I should speak on behalf of Go Button and not me, because I'm the director and one of the executive producers, but it was my company that made the film, along with John and many other people that contributed. So Go Button, as I said, is a television and film company. We do a number of TV series for Discovery Science, for Australia, for in Poland, and A&E and History, for Out TV in Canada. And right now we're in the middle of, I want to say 6 shows. It might be 7. That we are currently producing. My partner is currently in North Bay, Ontario, another beautiful area, filming an amazing new highly secret competition show, so we can't talk about that. And then I have a team working on a new show for Germany. In terms of television, we have, as I said, a number of projects on the go, but we do have a couple of documentary films that we're trying to, by trying, I mean, we are thinking about how much we want to get involved in, because these are always, as you say, as mentioned, they're really long-term projects, and a lot of the ones that I seem to come up with for some reason are expensive. I don't know why I can't come up with something really simple about a duck, a duck over there that surprised me.
You're not looking for easy ways.
Yeah, right. We have a couple of really cool projects that are more long form than television that we're working on, and in addition to that, we're adapting a novel to a scripted screenplay that we'll be able to announce soon as well.
I see. Why not make a documentary about Shania Twain, you know, or
If you
Celine Dion,
if
right?
they want to do it, I'm sure we would happily do it.
Yes. You can
Something
make
tells me
it
we have
like
a bunch of people chasing them.
staying where you are, you know. You can make it in Canada, or David Foster, you know. You can make it in
I
Canada
believe,
too,
I
right?
believe, I believe Celine is in Vegas, so that might be challenging. But yeah,
No, no, but I mean, she can come back to her like
I'm sure they'll let her in.
homeland, right? You know,
That's
like
right.
I mean, I would love to watch that, right? So,
Totally.
I want to know, is this premiere at IFFNY a US premiere of your documentary?
No, it is not. We've had the film screen in quite a few festivals over the world. It's very exciting to me because it is New York City, so that's very
Mm-hmm.
different. It's also, I would call New York City one of my hometowns, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel very honored and excited to have it in New York. And when I submitted it, that was one of the reasons, because I don't think a film is. I mean, I don't want to make an overwhelming statement, but I don't think a film is complete without having a screen in New York City. That is just a humble opinion. No, it's screened all over the world now in multiple places in England, in Europe. It had a screening in India. It's screened in Canada in a few places. It's up for a bunch of awards in the Hollywood North Awards at the end of this month in Toronto. Yeah, and it still has a few more that it's going to right now.
I see. So I wish you best of luck with
Oh,
this
thank you.
incredible documentary and your upcoming works, all the competitions. Win it, you know, and get us new projects done, you know, get us new incredible documentaries. We would love to watch it.
Thank you,
So
Amina,
it's an
and
honor to talk to
thank
you.
thank you, and to the Independent Film Festival of New York, filmmakers of New York, sorry, and to the judges and to all your audience. And I also have to say that it's it's been interesting and wonderful to watch film festival organizers navigate the new times. And I'm really impressed and very grateful that you guys just didn't decide, okay, you know, we're just going to close shop for 1 year and we'll come back next year. I know how hard it is to put a film festival on in regular times. I can't even imagine now. So congratulations to you and thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
And thanks for selecting the film.
Thank you. I mean, it's online. It's a second online edition, but I mean, what can we do? You know, we do our best, but online. You know, usually we do it offline. But I think live interviews are greater because you have a bigger audience. You have a worldwide audience on
Sure.
Instagram. You know, than like in small or big cinema, right? So only people that go to the theater they see the director doing Q&A.
Right.
And now, like, the whole world can watch us and listen to you, you know, and to learn more about your project. So I think the audience got wider, you know, with this, you know. So
I
there are
agree.
good things about both on and offline versions.
Totally. I tell Patrick all the time because Patrick is of that generation where if it isn't in the morning news on the paper or in TV, it's like,
Yes.
and I tell him like, I probably tens of thousands of people have watched your film internationally right now because of COVID, because we couldn't be selective and say, okay, we're only going to go to this red carpet and that film festival, because as you know, it's financially very difficult to travel the world and go to all these festivals. So I've said to him the one upside that you should look at is the fact that this film has been seen by tens of thousands of people around the planet in countries that we probably never would have gone to, because of the fact that that we are locked in our houses right now, or as you can see on.
That's a soundtrack, right?
That
You know, the birds, right?
I am
Uh,
very fortunate.
Yes, and you know what? The legendary Russian opera singer Fyodor Shalapin used to say, "Only birds sing for free."
I'll make sure to feed them later so that they don't feel taken advantage of.
Yeah, you see, I mean, the response. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thanks,
Good
Amina.
luck to your film, and we are happy to host it at our film festival, International Filmmaker Festival of New York. You are a
Thank you
true
very much. Thanks so much for
international
having it.
filmmaker. Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Wonderful.
Daniel. That
Thanks
was
so much.
Daniel Oron, and he talked about his incredible film No Roses on a Sailor's Grave.
Thank you.
And we have a next guest, Merita Cocoli. She will join us in a few seconds. So, Merita, where are you? Merita is a director of the documentary Nezo. Hi! Hi,
Hi.
Merita. How are
Oh,
you?
fine, thanks. I am Merita,
Yes,
and filmmaker. With me is Aida,
Aida, hi.
assistant and translator.
I see. Nice to see you both, you know. Tell us a little bit about your incredible and deep documentary, Nezo. What's the main message of your documentary?
Mesazhin e Nezës. Okay. Mesazhi i filmit Nezo, filmi Nezo është një film dramatik, është film i luajtur me aktor, nuk e tekalon pak në një dokumentar të zakonshëm. Dhe ka një mesazh shumë të fuqishëm, sepse në mes është një luftë, lufta e konfliktit, dhe ngjarja zhvillohet në një kamp përqendrimi ku u grumbulluan kosovarët. Mesazhi është që njerëzit përpara vdekjes janë të barabartë. Dhimbja, vdekja nuk njeh ngjyrë, nuk njeh racë, nuk njeh komsi, nuk njeh viktim, nuk njeh agresor. Please, Aida.
Yes. The idea and the message of the movie, of the documentary movie, it's about the war in Kosovo, and the message of the movie it's for the people. They don't know about the race, the color, the religion, and this is all the idea of the movie.
Mm-hmm. I see. And the story, it's a story about a 16-year-old boy that saved his sister's life, and unfortunately, he died. So,
Yes.
is there any relatives of this family, you know, right now? Do you know any one of them?
A njehni ndonjë familjar të viktimave, do të thonë të viktimës të grua, të asaj që ndiq, të motrës të Nezës, ose të Nezës.
Jo, e kërkova gjatë gjithë filmit dhe aty është dilema, unë nuk arrita te familjarët, arrita në raste të ngjashme, por jo tek familjarët, kam përshtypjen se dikush e shmangte këtë njohje, ose është një rast akoma I pazbuluar.
No, right until now, we don't have any communication with the family of Nezo. Yes, we have similar stories, but the same story, no. So we hope that one day any of the family will
Watch
show
the
up.
film. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they will see the film at film festivals or in the theaters and recognize themselves, right?
We hope, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see. And the story is told by a nurse who witnessed it, right? So
Exactly.
you know that person, right? Was
Yes.
she the premiere of your documentary?
A ka qenë Luka kjo gruaja që vdiq, kjo motra medicinale. Po, a ka qenë në premier?
Jo, no.
No, because she wasn't. She died. She died from the cancer. Yes, but in the premiere was her daughter. Her daughter knew all the story. Yes, her mother told to her about all the story. She was talking. I mean, every day about the story, about because she was
shumë material.
Yes, and she gave us a lot of materials.
Një moment, please. Ajo grua duhet kuptoni diçka, që ajo është maqedone, viktima është shqiptar. Dhe këtu ka pas dhe një konflikt midis shqiptarëve dhe maqedonëve. Dhe ndoshta është era e parë që një maqedone flet me kaq humanizëm për dhimbjen që i kishte shkaktuar një shqiptari. Ajo e kishte shkruar në formë tregimi dhe kishte thënë nuk dua të vdes pa e nxjerr këtë lëmshin që më është mbledhur këtu në gryk për të thënë një të vërtetë. Dhe me të vërtet, ndoshta 2 muaj mbasi e tregoj këtë histori ajo vërtet vdiq.
This is very in the same situation. It's a sad and it's a really good situation because we have a Macedonian lady, Macedonian nurse, who she was telling the story about the Albanian. So you see that people, they don't see the religion, the culture, the ethnicity. So this is the good. Yes, exactly. So this is the good of the film, that a Macedonian tells the story about the Albanian boy. The Albanian. And this is the exclusive because of the because the story of the Macedonian lady, the Macedonian nurse, telling about the story of the Albanian boy who was the war, and you know, because she was a nurse and she was watching every day a lot of situation, a lot of people, you know, crying and yeah, and the nurse every day she was saying to her daughter that I can't die telling this story, and fortunately this story is good to be a movie because this is the new this is the documentary, this is the real movie.
Yes. So
and the nurse, when she was telling the story to everyone, to people, to the gazetarëve tregonte apo? And to in the she was in the newspaper, she was everywhere telling about the story.
I see. I mean, cinema is for peace.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying that cinema is for peace, and cinema is without any borders, you know, without any prejudices.
Exactly.
You express the story of real people, real human being, and how a nurse, I mean, she feels the whole hell people are going through during the war.
Exactly. Yes, Amina.
Dhe ajo megjithatë nuk e tha të gjithë të vërtetën, sepse ndroi jetë dhe për arsye të disa rrethanave ne nuk mund të shkonim më tutje.
And she was telling, you know, the story in everywhere, and at the end, so sad, she died, and we couldn't go more, you know, because of some of the situation we don't know.
I see. I want to know, how long did it take to shoot this documentary?
Sa kohë të ka marrë derisa e ka bëu filmin?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
I see. And where was the world premiere of this documentary? In which country?
Kur e kam bërë premierën?
Po, edhe në cilën vend e ke bërë premierën?
February in the Skopje, in the small cinema. February. Yes. 2020.
2019. Jo, 2020 vjet.
2020 ishte. Asistentka.
Last year or this year?
Thuaj para COVID.
February 2020, right before the COVID situation in our country, because in our country started the COVID situation from the March.
Yeah, in the whole world, it was in March 2020.
Exactly. Yeah, it was the disaster.
Dhe gjëja më e veçantë që më ndodhi
that
with connection.
Are you here? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something with connection.
Unë gjithmonë mendoj që mund të bëjmë edhe më mirë.
Miss Merita, the filmmaker, says that I know that it can be much and much more better and better.
Dhe ajo që më çuditi në këtë ishte se Komisioni I Oscarit për Maqedoninë e propozoi për ta listuar në Oscar 2021. Ishte i vetmi dokumentar që u propozuar, por në fakt shkoi një film i gjatë.
The commission to go for the, you know, we in our country, in every country, in North Macedonia, we have from the agency of the film, yes, and they choose the movie. They choose the movie Nezo, yes, to go for the Oscar, but unfortunately, it went another movie.
I see, but anyway, it says a lot about the quality and the depth of the film Nezo, that it deserves to be presented on the highest level.
Thank you very much, Amina.
Thank you, Armina. Please. Është e treta herë që marr pjesë, e falenderoj festivalin, Mrika Krasniqin për këtë iniciativë të shkëlqyer dhe një herë ka marrë the best dokumentari. You are festival.
Wow. So you are a winner for festival when it was Albanian Film Week. Is that 2017 award?
Yes.
2017, right?
Yes, 2017 ka qenë.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was a jury member with that edition, and I recognized the award. You know, it's different, a different year. It's so cool.
And the filmmaker says that she was 3 times in the festival.
Yeah, yeah, it was Albanian Week, and now it's International Filmmaker Festival of New York. It became international.
Yes. Dhe mbas këtij çmimi vitin tjetër, organizatorët e festivalit më organizuan një premier me një tjetër film në New York, ku nuk mora pjesë, por thjesht u bën në një kinema. Dhe unë jam shumë mirënjohëse dhe kjo është për mua shumë inkurajuese.
Miss Merita says that after this the best documentary film, after that, after 1 year, she had from your request to go there to have a premiere in the
Manhattan.
Yes, to have a premiere, and she is very thankful. She is
Silent Humanist.
Silent Humanist, the movie, and she says that she is very happy for.
Për inkurajimin që më keni dhënë.
She is very happy for because you encourage her to, you know, to have to do much more and more and more movies.
Yes, it inspired you to go on and make incredible documentaries again and again about different people, different stories.
Thank you for you.
Seriously, it's incredible. The winner of Albanian Film Week, actually my film, The Right to Love, won at Albanian Film Week 2013 Best Feature Film, Audience Award for Best Feature Film. And I know what it is, you know, to come back to the festival. And I mean, with your new work, or like in a new status, it's incredible. And we are happy to see you again, you know, coming back and competing again.
Bravo, you are young.
No, it's just, it's not a filter, you know, it's just genes. I know the secret of Dorian Gray, you know, he told me.
Thank you very much, Amina, for the good words. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Like faleminderit shumë for a wonderful interview, for joining. And before you go, I wanted to ask, what are you working on at the moment? Maybe you have another documentary coming up?
Yes. Për momentin kam fituar një projekt me UNICEF-in, ku kam 20 dokumentare për studio dhe dokumentar për fëmijë, për edukimin e fëmijëve. Janë 10 në gjuhën maqedone, 10 në gjuhën shqiptare. Kanë konkuruar kolegja ime Diana Toska, ndërsa unë jam regjisorja.
She is doing 2 movies right now.
Wow.
The one, yes.
Not one, two. Awesome.
Yes.
And
Njërin e kam fituar.
The only one, it went that it's going to do the movie. The movie is about the documentary movie, dokumentarësh, apo?
Të shkurtra.
There are 10 series, like episodes,
Mhm.
Yes, short
Edukimin e fëmijëve.
for the education of the kids.
For UNICEF.
For UNICEF, yes.
Wow, that's so
Zgjedh një gjuhë.
10 in Albanian language, 10 in Macedonian language.
I am director.
The Miss Merita is a director of the
Producent
movie.
është Diana Toska.
Producent is Diana Toska.
Po, një gazetare e
And
zërit e
for the
Amerikës.
other movie, she's waiting to what is going on, you know. So
Ndërsa filmi që pres, që e ka me shumë ambicje, është për një kreator të modës, Izet Curri, i cili ka shkëlqyer në vitet 70 në Paris dhe ka një karrierë brillante për sa i përket industrisë të modës të lartë në Paris. Ai është në origjinë nga Shkupi.
and the other movie, it's about one creator who makes the clothes about the Hollywood, about the actors everywhere. So he is from Macedonia, he's from Skopje, and Miss Merita is thinking that the movie can be so
Unfortunate.
yeah. So she's waiting about
Ai duhet filmi metrazhi të gjatë.
yeah. It's going to be a long documentary movie.
feature documentary. Okay, so you have 20
Nuk i ka
short documentaries and one feature documentary coming up. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
That's incredible. That's a lot of work, and you're not looking for easy ways. You decided to go international, till the end,
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
incredible.
Është thot shumë, thot duke i bë thot dy thot, një thot me metrazh të shkurt, një thot me metrazh të gjatë. Pas ka thot shumë punë thot para vetes, është
Shëndet thuhet kemi.
well, yes, Miss Merita says that thank you very much. First to have a health.
Yes,
Healthy.
that's the most important thing. Health is wealth today.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
And all about after the COVID situation, we see that the most important is
Covid vetëm
health.
kemi shkruajtur.
Yes.
Skenare.
Yes, I mean, if you're healthy, you can do anything. You can achieve anything in the world. And of course, if you're talented, if you have a lot to say, and obviously Merita Cocoli has so much to say, so many deep stories about incredible people with pure hearts during war and after it. So I wish you best of luck with your documentary at our film festival and at other international film festivals in the world. And it was an honor to talk to you, Merita, and to you, Aida.
Thank you very much.
I also know you were in Albania,
Very success
yeah.
for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very,
Very
much.
much.
We
Very
appreciate it.
success.
Thank you. Thank you so
Success
much.
to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, and bye.
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 Merita Cocoli and Aida from North Macedonia. They just talked about the film Nezo, feature documentary Nezo, that is in the program of International Filmmaker Festival of New York. And it's a pleasure to talk to such brilliant people, wonderful people, and talented, hugely gifted documentaries. We had Emanuele Gerosa, we had Daniel Oron, we had Merita Cocoli, and I can't wait to talk to other filmmakers, directors of feature films later today at 12 p.m. So don't miss that. See you guys soon, and I wish you best of luck. Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Faleminderit shumë.
Faleminderit.